Hello students, today we are going to talk about Robert Arthur's thrilling little story, The Midnight Visitor. Before we start with the text, let us find out a little bit about our author. Robert Arthur was born in 1910 in Fort Mills, Corregidor Island in the Philippines. A writer of speculative fiction, he was known for his The Mysterious Traveler radio series. The Three Investigators, a series of young adult novels written by Arthur, also became famous. Arthur was honored twice by the Mystery Writers of America with an Edgar Award for Best Radio Drama. Now, what is speculative fiction? It is a term used for narrative fiction with supernatural or futuristic elements. This includes fantasy, science fiction, horror, gothic, ghost stories, superhero tales, alternate history, steampunk, magic realism, and so on. Now, let us move on to the story. We are introduced to two characters, Ozable and Fowler, at the beginning of the story. Fowler is an author in search of stories. He is disappointed to find that Ozable does not fit the description of a secret agent. Ozable is exceptionally fat and has a strong hint of an American accent in his French and German. He has migrated from Boston to Paris 20 years before the events of the story. Fowler follows Ozable to his small room through a musty corridor. Ozable senses Fowler's disappointment and jokes about it. He asks him to cheer up, as he was expecting to receive a very important report soon. People have apparently risked their lives to acquire the report, and it might affect the course of history one day. Ozable enters his room, closes the door, and switches on the light. Fowler gets his first thrill of the day. Another secret agent, Max, is standing with a pistol in his hand. He demands the report from Ozable. Ozable moves to an armchair and sits down heavily. He resolves to protest against the management for such poor security. This is the second time that somebody has got into Ozable's room through the balcony. Max reveals to Ozable that he has not entered through the balcony of his room, but has used a passkey instead. Ozable clarifies that it is not his balcony, but belongs to the apartment next door. His room used to be part of a large unit that had the balcony, which now extends under his window. Anyone can get onto the balcony from the empty room 2 doors down, and somebody did so last month. Suddenly, there is a knocking at the door. Ozable says it is the police. He has called them to check on him to make sure everything is all right. Max bites his lip nervously at the repeated knocking on the door. Ozable tells Max that if he does not answer the door, the police will enter anyway as the door is unlocked. Max furiously edges towards the window and threatens to shoot if Ozable does not send the police away. Max keeps his body twisted so that his gun covers Ozable and Fowler. He grasps the frame of the window with his free hand to support himself. The doorknob turns as Max jumps off the windowsill, expecting to land on the balcony below. He screams shrilly as he drops. Much to our and Fowler's surprise, a waiter enters the room instead of the police. Ozable reveals to Fowler that he knew all along that it was the waiter knocking at the door. He was never expecting the police. He had made up the story to trick Max. Fowler discloses another bit of disturbing information. There is no balcony beneath the window of his apartment. With that, we have reached the end of our story. This must have sent shivers down your back. Ozable might not look like a secret agent or spy, but the way he misleads Max is both ingenious and deadly. That is all for now. See you soon in our recap video as soon as you recover from the story.